What's up? Welcome to the spot. This is Avery. I'm here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Owens Mills, and tonight we're gonna be interviewing Crown Vic, one of Penn Ave's latest and greatest new artists. Let's get right on into it. Here he come rolling up right now. What's up, money?
Chilling, man.
What's up, money? How you doing? How you doing?
Good. I'm
chilling,
good. I'm
chilling?
good.
You good? It's a nice night out here, man.
Ready, man.
You are at Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's make this interview happen, man. Let's find out a little bit more about you. Man, what does it feel like to be one of the youngest artists signed to Penn Ave?
Oh man, at first it was a huge responsibility, man. I mean, I used to look at it like it was just tough. It was tough to cope with, but now it's just another one of my many titles, man.
I hear that. I hear that. I mean, you've been signed with Penn Ave for about a year now. What did you learn most about the business?
It's not all it's cracked up to be, man. It's not a lot of glamour and glitz, man. It's mostly a lot of hard work, man. Long nights.
I dig that.
Days.
So, where's your origin coming from? Where's your style? Where you get your origin from? Where's that?
Pretty much, I'm really into the whole skateboarding culture. I'm really enthused about the hip hop culture, man. I pull my style and originality from a lot of different places, man. It's crazy as it seems, man. It's a rainbow of things.
Okay, I got one more question for you. What's like one of the craziest things that you've done so far to date in this year that you've been with Penn Ave? You know, most memorable thing.
The craziest thing would happen to be when my first song, Rock With Me, we sent it to the DJ pools and we got the charts back, and I'm on the charts with the same artist that I used to look up to, I used to listen to, that inspired me to make me start doing this in the first place, man. It's crazy to know I'm in a race with them now, man.
I know that.
In the game.
Yeah, that had to make you feel good inside. Well, you know what? We're going to go up in Buffalo Wild Wings and continue the rest of the interview in there, all right, man? Let's make it happen, you know what I'm saying? I want to know a little. I have a big question for you first off. It got me a little screwed up right now. It's kind of hard for me to get out. You have a pretty powerful voice. You know what I'm saying? When I hear your music, I'm thinking I'm listening to like a big person. But you know, you're a pretty slender guy. No disrespect or anything like that. But where does that come from? Where do you get that from?
Well, since I've been listening to music, since I've been into music, pretty much my whole life, I've been into all different genres of music. Rock, mainly rock, being another alternate other than hip hop. And skateboarding pretty much is the reason, but I try to take my hip hop sense and hip hop cadences and mix a rock attack, a rock energy, because I haven't listened to a rock song that I can't feel, and that's really what I want to do to my listeners. I want them to feel what I'm saying.
Okay, definitely. So you, all right, I got that. So what do you want us to get out of the watching song? You trying to put your stamp on the game? What do you want us to really get from the watching?
That's pretty much it, man. I feel like I had to before I could ask anyone to even listen to me, to even respect me as an artist, I had to show them that why they should respect me as an artist. That's what I pretty much did lyrically. Production wise, we just pulled out all the stops, man. I feel like nobody can pull my card, man. I set the bar pretty high for myself, man. The next record definitely gotta be a banger.
The fans will be watching. The next question I have for you is just more so, what's the creative process that you go through when you're cultivating a song? You know, what's your thinking patterns? How do you come about the material? What happens?
Man, a lot of thinking, man. It can be anything, because you can get inspiration from anywhere, man. The littlest thing can spark the greatest thought, and that's what I try to do. I try to take everything in stride. I just do a lot of thinking, and I always try to outdo myself. That's the main goal, man.
All right, so I got a question for you right here. This one might throw you for a loop, but if you could describe yourself, 5 words to describe yourself, what would they be, and how do those words complement you as an artist? You know, your musical style.
First off, number 1, imaginative. I got the craziest imagination ever, man. Innovation. I'm innovative. I always know that there's more than one way to skin a cat, man. I always knew that. I'm creative, driven, talented. What else? What's that? 5?
You said what was it? It was innovative.
Innovative, imaginative, driven, talented. One more. And the last one, pretty much original. It's just all originality. I always try to sound like myself. I don't want to fall into any patterns or any statistics or any stereotypes.
Okay, that's good. All right, so I got a question for you. How long have you been creating music, rap or music period? How long has that process been taking place?
Music's been a part of my life my whole life, man. I pretty much just started actually composing songs my junior year of high school. Before then, it was just a lot of rapping and just a lot of just raw talent, a lot of aimlessness, man.
All right, so Vic, how old are you? You know, you said junior in high school. How old are you?
I'm 19. I'm
19.
Man.
Pretty young in the game.
Yes, sir.
Does that affect you, the way you create music? Does that help you, hinder you? What do you think about that?
Most definitely. If anything, it helps me more than anything because I know that as a 19-year-old, people probably look at me like, what is he about to say, man? What could he possibly know about the world to be able to rap about it, to make songs, right, to set him apart? But that's pretty much where I can't wait to show. Like it makes me that makes me more hungry, man.
Okay, so so what are your plans for the future? Where you go from here? Are you working on an album, a mixtape? You know, people love mixtapes. What is Vic working on?
Right now, with the AVERY, I'm just taking everything a project at a time, man. Right now, we're just focusing on putting songs out, man. We just trying to make a lot of music, man. A lot of music for my fans, so the fans can get a feel as to who I am, as to who we are as a team. Definitely a record, an LP's coming. Definitely, that's definitely in the works. But as far as a mixtape, I mean, it can happen. Anything can happen, man.
Okay, that's a good way of saying it. That's good. How have you changed as an artist since you've been with Pen Ave? You know, how have you changed lyrically, smarts, business? How have you changed? What have you seen in growth as yourself?
Before I linked up with the AVERY, I knew that I wanted to pursue a career in music, but I didn't know how to. I just knew that I had the talent to do so. So I pretty much came to Pen Ave with all the pieces and all the parts. They helped mold me into an artist, to change me from a rapper. That's the difference between a rapper and an MC. An MC is an artist. They turned me into an artist, man. Like now, I have a more definite idea of where I want to go. That's straight to the top, man.
Okay. So what would you want your fans to know about you that they already can't decipher in your music so far? So from what they hear from you.
That I live this, man. I breathe this, man. Everything I talk about is real. Everything you can relate. Everything, every line, break it down line by word for word, and it can relate to my life, man. I never was a gimmick. Nothing's fake, man. Nothing. Everything is just real. It's just all passion, man.
Okay. All right. That brings me to my next question. What artists have inspired you? Because you have a sound of your own now. You know that you have a sound. So what artists have inspired you to create your own sound, to devote the time you devote in?
Man, lots of artists. I'm gonna start with Andre 3000. He has to be the most influential artist on my career because of his creativity, his originality. Even when he was with Outkast, man, he's always stood out to me. Away from hip hop, man, Papa Roach, Linkin Park, Vince Sevenfold. I just like the energy. I love music, man.
What have you learned from them? What have you learned from them, and how has that transcended into your music?
To that, it's no mold for this game. That's where a lot of people fail. They jump in the game and try to be or sound like other artists. But the one thing that all those artists I have in common that I just named is that they don't follow any molds. They pave their own path, and that's what I know that I have to do as an artist.
Okay, I like that. That was a good answer. This next question is more of a personal, but the fans need to know this. What is your name? What is your stage name? Are you Vic? Are you Crown Vic? I mean, do you have different aliases? What is your name?
My name is Victor Fontaine. That's on the birth certificate, man. Victor Del Fontaine Jr. But my friends growing up always called me Vic, man. My dad had the same name, and that's how even my family members separated us. They always called me Vic. I figured when I started rapping, man, the one thing that I always knew that I wanted to be is the king of this. So why not add the crown already, man? That's where the crown came
All right,
from,
that's
man.
smooth. I like that. That's I gotta laugh. That was really clever. Next question I have what is it like working with the Iceman? What is that like working with the Iceman? And what have you learned from working with him?
Oh man, the number one thing I learned is that it's no shortcuts, man. You gotta do it the right way, man. You gotta put in the work. If you gotta put in the work, you reap what you sow, for real. And the benefits, everything, like it's great because I always dreamed to make a career out of this, man. And it's like everything that I want to achieve and I hope to grab is in my reach, within my reach now. All I gotta do is put in the work. That's all I gotta do, man, is make this music.
Now, you know rappers come a dime a dozen, right? You know what I'm saying? Would you consider yourself a traditional factory rapper?
Man, I would consider myself the opposite of a factory rapper, man. I feel like I make a valiant effort to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. I never like following trends. I always hated conformity, man. I don't hate too many things, but conformity is definitely one thing I never did. Like I figured the game is where it's at right now because of a lack of originality, man. Because of these factory rappers, man. They turning the game into a factory. But nah, we here to change that. That's what the ass here to do, man.
Okay. Would you consider yourself a commercial rapper or an underground rapper?
I feel like the only difference between a commercial rapper and an underground rapper is the audience, is the amount of people they can actually reach with their music. I feel like I have an underground swag with a whole underground persona on a commercial level, man. It's just
okay. All right, well that's good because most underground artists tend to be a little more potent. They come in, they're hungry, then commercial. Once you get commercial, you start tasting dollars, and so it change up a little bit. Do you think that will ever affect you in any type of way like that?
Nah, not the person. I've been, like, my life, man, I've had it, and I haven't had it, man. We came from my family came from nothing to something, and to nothing, to something again, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean, man? So it's really, only thing that's going to change, I'm gonna be the same Vic, but.
I dig it. How have your past trials and tribulations kind of like tailored your music and your creative abilities?
Really did. Everything that I went through in the past pretty much gave me a place to run to in my head when I'm looking for inspiration, when everything's going right. When I have to write a song about everything going wrong, I can draw from that. I can go back to that. I can revisit that in my head and just pour it. I learned to take my pain and add a tea, man.
Okay. Do you ever get writer's block? So, like, do you ever feel like you dry up, like the faucet just stops running, or what do you think?
I'm probably going to jinx myself, but no, I have yet to hit writer's block, man. I can always find something to write about. I love writing. I love reading about writing, man. I can always find something to write about.
So when you create your music, is it just do you study to create music, or is it just like, if you saw this salt shaker and you just felt like some inspiration from the salt ring was in that salt shaker, you would just write something about that, or do you have to like study and kind of be like in the moment?
It all depends. My best work comes from being just in the moment, but it all depends on the song, on the record, or the particular record, or the subject matter. Like if it's some reading that I had to do, like this next record, I had to do a little research, but it's really easy to take the information that I learned though from the studying and to put my own personal just everything into it and then just to mix it.
I'm kind of drawing writer's block. What would you want me to take if this was the end of the interview and something I didn't ask you or you didn't say so far? What would you want to say if you had 10 seconds right now to get your fans to know who Vic is? You got 10 seconds. What would it be?
Man, I'm not a rapper. I'm just an artist, man. I'm an MC. I love this. I love this. I do this. I don't do this for the money, for the fame, for the glitz. I do this because I want to make a career out of it, because it's something I love doing. Something that I wouldn't mind doing for the rest of my life, man. I love making music.
Alright, well, fans, you heard it yourself, on the spot. This ain't no joke for him. This is his life. This is what he does. And this is what I do. And I hope you enjoyed our vlog, our first one here. And we're going to be out right here, Vic. I appreciate it. Again, on behalf of the spot, Penn Ave, Crown Vic, y'all have a nice night. I will see you later. This is Avery Vice, and I'm out. Peace.